Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, we're all about exploring this beautiful country of ours, sharing tips and tricks, and taking you on a virtual journey through some of the most spectacular places across the country. If you enjoy this content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you won't miss out on any of our new adventures.
Today, we're exploring the tranquil beauty of Peebles Island State Park, located at 1 Delaware Avenue North in Cohoes, New York. About 10 miles north of Albany, it is nestled at the confluence of the Mohawk and Hudson Rivers and offers a variety of trails for all hikers. So, strap on your hiking boots, pack your water bottle, and let's hit the trails.
As we pull into the parking lot, we're greeted by the sight of a sign that provides information about the park and what types of wildlife you may encounter within it. There is not a visitor center as such, but there is a park office located here at the far side of the parking lot, from where the trail begins.
Before starting any hike, in the form of signs posted in several locations around the park. Please note that ticks are common in the area. You should check yourself for these pesky and potential deadly insects before you get back in your car. Many folks use a tick repelling spray around the ankles and the calves just before starting the hike, which is a good idea for all your hikes in the area.
From the parking lot, turn left to start the hike. Just a few yards down the trail, we pass by two grass-covered mounds on the right. The sign, in ill repair, states that these are breastworks used in the Revolutionary War. More about them a bit later. The industrial-looking buildings on our left were built in 1910 for Peabody and Company, a shirt manufacturer that took over the island and mostly thrived from 1911 to 1972. These structures now house the park office and the New York State Park's offices. Clute and Peabody were the largest manufacturers of detachable collars and cuffs in the world. They were the people that made the famous Arrow collars and created the marketing for the image of the Arrow Collar Man, the smartly dressed guy who looked like he just graduated from Princeton University.
We are starting our adventure on Perimeter Trail, a 2-mile loop that circles the island, offering stunning river views and the chance to spot some local wildlife. The trails are marked with different colored signs to keep you informed about what trail you are on. The Perimeter Trail is marked with red signs like this. Also, at each trail junction, there is a trail wayfinding location sign to help you orient yourself to the map.
The information signs at the parking lot illustrate some of the many animals that may be present. The trail is well maintained and clearly marked. As we make our way along the trail, you will notice there will be on-screen data showing such information as speed, direction, elevation, GPS coordinates, and progress along a map.
As we make our way along the trail, we are surrounded by a diverse range of flora. Keep your eyes peeled for the park's wide variety of trees, including cottonwoods, oaks, and hickories. And if you are a bird watcher, you are in for a treat. The park is home to many species of birds. We might even spot a bald eagle if we are lucky.
But the beauty of Peebles Island isn't just in its natural landscapes. This place is steeped in history. Peebles Island encompasses a land area of 138 acres at the merging point of the Hudson and Mohawk rivers. The island was previously known by many different names, including Haver, Oat, and Stone Island. In 1822, it came into the possession of Maria Peebles as an inheritance from her brother, Anthony Van Schaik. It was Augustus Peebles, a cousin of Herman Melville, who married a Van Schaik woman and had the name changed to Peebles Island.
Historically, Peebles Island served as a location for agriculture and cattle grazing used by both Native Americans and early European settlers. It is claimed that the Dutch bought the island from the Mohicans in 1664 to prevent its acquisition by the English. Just prior to the Battle of Saratoga, the American army was encamped on Peebles and the Van Schaik Islands, and after the battle, the army had to rush south because there was news that British General Clinton was heading to Albany up the Hudson River with more troops. The initial residential structure on the island, which was inhabited by General John Glover, was also constructed during the American Revolution.
During the period of the American Revolution, the island was fortified by American troops to thwart a potential British invasion by General Burgoyne. The remnants of these defensive earthworks remain visible today. They are known as breastworks because they are generally built to breast height in order to provide protection to defenders firing over it from a standing position. There are two such structures. The first we saw at the beginning of the trail.
The second is on the other side of the road, near the parking lot. So from the parking lot, instead of turning left, you go right, and over the road, you turn right into the other breastworks. They are marked with this sign.
One of the great aspects of hiking at Peebles Island is the opportunity to observe wildlife. In addition to a variety of bird species, the park is home to white-tailed deer, beavers, and even the occasional fox. And more rarely, you might see a small, harmless snake. Remember, it's important to admire these beautiful creatures from a distance to ensure their safety and yours.
After a rewarding hike, we are back to where we started. But let's keep exploring. From the parking lot, go straight across the sidewalk and down the hills to the grassy area and then to the edge of the river. This provides an unobstructed view of the waterfall flight. A series of locks on the Erie Canal is the perfect spot to take a break, have a snack, and soak in the scenery. Lock E2 is seen here, and this is where the annual tugboat roundup occurs each September.
The 25th annual roundup occurred in 2023. Back at the parking lot, we can't help but reflect on the diverse experiences Peebles Island State Park has to offer. From its scenic views of the Hudson and Mohawk rivers to its rich history and the variety of wildlife, this park truly has something for everyone.
If you're planning a visit to Peebles Island State Park, remember it's open year-round from sunrise to sunset. And the park is even open at 6 a.m. during striped bass season. The park is pet-friendly, but remember to keep your furry friends on a leash and supervise at all times.
As for fees, there's no vehicle entrance fee, but there is a pavilion that can be rented for $150, which can accommodate up to 100 people. This might be a great option if you're planning a larger gathering or event. On the other side of the pavilion is an observation deck overlooking the Hudson River.
Finally, remember, the bicycles are not permitted on the trails, and hunting is not permitted in the park. This ensures that the park remains a safe and enjoyable place for all visitors, both human and otherwise.
That's all for today's adventure, folks. We hope you enjoyed this virtual hike through Peebles Island State Park. If you ever find yourself in upstate New York, we highly recommend making a trip to this beautiful and historic park. As always, remember to leave no trace and to respect the wildlife and other hikers. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you on our next adventure. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you wish, you can buy us a coffee. See you next time. Bye.